gonna see if I can do it like this maybe, and not pay attention because I'm driving. So I'm on the road, and I'm in Indiana. Let's see, it's 2:22 in the afternoon. The sun's peeking through. Yeah, sunshine. So that's awesome. I love it. I haven't seen the sun in a while, so this is great. And it's like 10 degrees warmer, and I'm not even that far, much farther south. So looking good. It was snowing as I was packing the car. I was gonna prop up the phone and take some video of packing the car and stuff, but as it was snowing and it was so cold, I just kind of threw stuff in here. So I'm gonna have to organize as I get farther south. But you know, that's part of it. Yeah, I kind of wanted to tell a story a little bit as I'm driving. I watch a lot of educational YouTube, learning about photography or watching people's vlogs that are also like travelers and stuff. More or less, I just really enjoy it, so that's what I watch, because I like to watch how other people do things. So, and that's kind of inspired me to, again, revamp this channel. This is my 5th year now. My first time I flew down to Clearwater in October of 2017, and I was down there for a week, and then I flew back, and then in January I went down and hung out in St. Pete until March, and that's January of 2018. And that's really when it hit me that I could be like a snowbird, is what they kind of call it. If you live up north and then head south for the winter, just like birds migrate south for the winter, you're a bird. So I'm a bird. But in 2019, I did something similar. I know one of those years, I think it was 19, I didn't stay as long. I don't remember. And then 2020, I actually didn't even hit Florida. Got to Savannah, Georgia, hung out in Savannah, Georgia for about a week. But I mainly just like stayed in my friend's house because we weren't sure what was happening with the world and how dangerous things actually were and all that stuff. That's what I did. So I was only gone for about a week. I went down late, which kind of sucks because if I hadn't have gone down late, then I would have been coming back right about the time when the world shut down. And then May 2020, I helped drive my aunts out to Colorado from Indy because my one aunt's a traveling nurse, and Colorado was having a really, really tough time in May of 2020. Everywhere was having a rough time, but that's where she got the assignment, so that's where we went. And so I was out there for 2 weeks, and then October 2020 I was gone for 2 weeks. I went to Florida, and then January 2021 I was in Florida a month or two. I usually go down for a month or two. I try to stay as long as possible every single time, but a lot of times I run out of money. 2021 though, my aunts had wandered around a bit, and then by the time 2021 hit, they were in Florida, which was perfect. So I went down. They were in Fort Lauderdale. I usually go to Orlando, but they were in Fort Lauderdale, and so I just hung out with them for a little while. It was awesome. It was a ton of fun. We ended up going to Key West for a few days, which was super freaking cool. I slept on a porch under the stars, listening to the roosters all night. It was great. So yeah, it was 2021. I was down there for 3 months that time because I mostly stayed with them, which made it a lot easier. And then again, October 2021, went down for a couple weeks. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is I've done this quite a bit. And then January 2022 was different because my old business partner was in America, and we went, and he hadn't really ever explored too much of it. Went out Arkansas, down to Mississippi, saw Graceland, all the way over to Florida, saw a rocket launch, all that kind of stuff. It was fun. A lot of cool stuff going on then. So he got to see a lot. And then in March of last year, drove out to, up to Niagara Falls, and then over to New York City. It was the first time I'd ever seen New York City. So I guess this is kind of catching up now, as far as like my trips and stuff go. So that was cool. Like New York City, super cool. I would like to go back. Very overwhelming for me. Very, a lot. Just an insane, like, city to me. Like, and there's no alleyways. It was just so interesting. It was very interesting to be there. So that was cool. And then, yeah, oh shoot, July, I went down to Florida again, and it was a Harry Potter convention, LeakyCon, dude.
Emotional brain of a spoon doesn't mean we all have the emotional range of a spoon. Of a teaspoon.
This is not fair.
Doesn't mean we all have.
If you're into Harry Potter, you have to go to LeakyCon. It's in Chicago next year, or no, this year. Holy cow, it's 2023. Chicago this year in August. Get your tickets, LeakyCon. It's so much fun. This coming up, the end of this month, at the end of January, there is an event, the Uncelebration. There used to be a celebration of Harry Potter weekend in Universal in Orlando, and they don't do it anymore. But now there's an uncelebration, an unofficial celebration, and so that's what's going on now. Not as in depth and extravagant, if you want to call it that, as the celebration was, because they had like actors come in, and they had a bunch of stuff. It was really a lot. It was wild how much they did. So it probably just cost way too much money, plus the pandemic and all that. So, but the Uncelebration I'm really pumped about. So the only thing is, actually not the only thing, but I forgot my house robes at home. So that's a bummer. But I did get my wand, so at least I have my wand. So there's that. September, another friend came across the pond and hung out, and then I was in a hurricane. That was not fun, and hung out for almost a month in October, and then here it is, January, heading back down. So that's the updates. I'm not sure if I'll actually put any of that in the video, but just wanted to update you guys on the trips the past few years. So yeah. Oh, look at this day right now. I left much later than I wanted to, but I'm not really trying to rush anything anymore. I've been feeling a lot more calm and at peace with just kind of taking my foot off the gas. Not literally at the moment, but taking my foot off the gas, and just letting things naturally progress instead of trying to force a bunch of stuff to happen. And I think it's doing me a lot of good. I have been a little bit slower in processing things past several years. It has frustrated me beyond belief, but been a lot nicer to myself the past several months, almost a year now. We'll give it 8 months. The past 8 months. So it's been nice. So yeah, typically, like when I drive down south, I will drive it all in one day. Like I don't even care. It's like when people carry the groceries in, they just shove it all in both of their hands and hope for the best. Like they're not taking 2 trips type of situation. That's usually how I just, that same mentality, I'm like, nope, I'm going straight there, which is like, it's like a 17-hour drive. It's a lot. But I decided to break it up a bit this time and not even put any pressure on myself to get anywhere. Like, when I was talking about this trip with a handful of people, every single person was like, well, where you ended up the first night, or how far are you driving, or where are you gonna go, or like which way are you gonna go? And I was like, I don't know. I'll know whenever I get to that point. And yeah, so that's the wonderful thing that I really enjoy about traveling alone, is that I can just do whatever I want, and there's no obligation to get anywhere. And anybody that I'm linking up with knows that about me, and they understand that when you travel 1,000 miles across 4 states or 5 states, that time is just gonna vary. You're not gonna get anywhere at a very specific time. I mean, you can get there more or less the hour that you think you're gonna be there if you try really hard. But I don't know. This is probably like, I've been driving south. I don't know. I have no idea at this point. 20 plus 30 times. I don't know. So it's been a lot. And I don't even need a map. I don't need any of that anymore. But it's still like a lot. It's a lot that could happen. It wasn't the last time, but one of the last times I drove down, like a semi caught fire, and everything shut down for 2 hours. I was parked. I even shut off my car at one point. Like, it was just, yeah, so you just never know. But I'm cruising. Everything's good. The day's beautiful. Weather's warming up. It's looking good. So I'm going to get back to driving, and yeah. It's my little setup. This is a terrible time to plug some merch I've got. But if you want to support these kind of things and what I'm doing, and you're like one of the people that are always like, I'm rooting for you, Adam, and you just kind of want to help out, I've got some stuff for sale. By the time this comes out, it will be for sale. So if you're into like peace, love, and hippie shit, let's get it. I also have some other stuff, but yeah, for now, that's all I'm gonna say, so I can just get back to driving. Okay, I gotta stop losing weight. Oh yeah, it's Tuesday, the 10th, 11th of January, 2023. So, and it's been a tough road, but it's been good. Like, it's just enough of a test, like, that's part of the reason why I really enjoy traveling. It's because it makes you super uncomfortable, and that resistance sort of gives life a little bit of value. Whenever you're really feeling stagnant, I think that really makes a difference for me, is to get some sort. I think that's why goals are important to have. Although I've been really struggling with making goals that are attainable, because typically when I make goals and I miss them, I get discouraged a lot. So I haven't really made goals, so I think I get stagnant and then bored. Not bored in the traditional sense, but just kind of like uninspired for life as a whole. and that's not good. So I would rather make myself uncomfortable in a way that I can't control. I'm trying to get used to getting back into the flow of this. I ultimately make traveling permanent situation, and not necessarily traveling, but nomadic lifestyle, or rather the ability to travel constantly. I've talked about that a lot. In order to learn, I have to keep pushing myself out of my boundaries that I've set mentally. And in doing so, it creates some exhausting situations. You know, when I'm in those moments, it's super difficult for me to care about documenting it. Not that I don't care, because it's really interesting to go back and watch some of my older vlogs and videos. They don't really mention much, but in order to have sort of a archive of my life again, a weekly vlog sounds like a solid idea. And I think to make it weekly is difficult enough for me at the moment, so that's what I'm gonna do. On and off traffic and rain and wrecks and construction. The entire trip to almost all the way to Atlanta. And then no, all the way to Atlanta, past Atlanta a little bit, and then it was okay. It was okay. Um, but then it was more construction, okay, more construction down to Macon, and Macon, they're rearranging all of that 1690 or 7516 interchange there. And so there is a bunch of traffic and construction. But once I hit 16, it was much better. So that's good. And then I went up to Bluffton, hung out with my aunt for a couple of days, which was really nice. It was really good to see her. It was really cool. Bluffton's a neat little town. Not a whole lot going on there, not gonna lie. And went axe throwing, which was really fun. Savannah's cool, just like typical, usual. I really enjoy it there. It was neat to watch, the barges, and it was just cool to be back in Savannah. I really like small towns, small little communities. Yesterday, more traffic, more problems, car issues that seemed to be a simple fix. Now the car's running great. Came all the way down to Orlando. Now I'm here. I think I'm gonna wrap this as a vlog. I know that was kind of weird, with just like the voiceover and kind of a walkthrough of the trip so far, but should be a better vlog for you next week. At least this gets you kind of caught up in where my headspace is, and um, yeah. So I'm never gonna promise, oh, weekly vlogs from now on. It's just gonna end up happening. So if this is the one, this is the one where it starts. If not, then whatever. We're gonna keep going. I'm tired of putting so much pressure on myself. So